Haha, I got y'all with that title, didn't I? Now that I got y'all attention, man, this is King Harry the Great coming at y'all with another video. Sure to subscribe, hit that like button for me. I was going to do this video, but I wanted to listen to this album in its entirety, like analyze it, break it down. And let me be the first to say, man, this album here is a masterpiece. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Michael Jackson's History album. It was a greatest hits. Now, you know you a cold nigga when you have about 3 or 4 greatest hits compilations. This one here was my favorite because this dropped in 1995 because it broke down the 2 different worlds that Michael was in and the world that he was currently in. What do you mean by that? The first disc is showcased his career highs, the smash hits, the accomplishments, the awards, the pop fame, all the mega hits that made Michael Jackson the mega star that he was, from the Bad album, from the Thrill album, from Off the Wall. All of them, all the greatest hits up there, and Dangerous. Billie Jean, Remember the Time, Thriller, Man in the Mirror, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, all of it's on this joint here. But what this too is full of new material at that time. This is Michael's life post the allegations, the child molestation allegation, which really changed his life for the worse. And you listen to these songs, it's full of anger. It's talk about betrayal. It talk about loneliness. It talk about being treated and crucified by the media. Paranoia. It represents all these feelings that Michael was battling at the time of dealing with these allegations. Because let me tell you something, man. These allegations are powerful to bring anybody down. Especially with the power moves that Michael Jackson was making during his time. It had to be something major to bring him down. And child molestation allegations and rape allegations are 2 of the main ones. Which it did. It really shook him up to where he never recovered. And these songs here, these 15 songs, is a reflection of what he was going through. He was going at the media on the joint Scream, which featured Janet Jackson, which was cool because they never had collab before. They were aiming at their critics. We never seen Michael that angry. That was what really set it off for me. And they were also ahead of the curve when it comes to bringing anime to the table, because there was a lot of anime in that video Scream. Then here's another joint that was pretty crazy to me, and this what brought Michael to the hip hop crowd, was the joint with Biggie. This time around, I'm taking no shit. Don't eat it, don't eat it, babe. It ain't gonna get me. This time around, I'm kicking your ass. Yo, he was pissed. And Big got up in there. You know, Big gave him his verse. It was a magical collaboration. This time around, I'm getting that. Yo, it's just the way he came across. It was dope. Oh, man. But going on to the history joint, let me tell y'all. They Don't Care About Us, possibly one of the greatest songs he ever did. That showcased Michael's militant side, and he was going off on how the media portrayed him. This is the song right here that got him in a lot of hot water. When he said, kick me, cut me, Jew me, sue me. And they came for his head. And he did like 2-3 different videos because it was a lot going on in 1995, man. I mean, the OJ verdict, the Rodney King, people were still feeling the effects of the Rodney King, the Tasha Harlins, gangster rap was going under attack. It was a wild time. The Million Man March was taking place. And I talked to West Coast Cam about that. He was like, man, that was a wild time going on in America. And Michael music changed to that demographic at the time to speak with what was going on. And another one of my favorite songs is Earth Song. Earth Song, he brought the church into this. And you can also check out how Bone Thugs sampled this joint. Cause see, Michael has always been aware of the environment. He always wanted to do something for charity and world events, and doing something to heal the world. He had songs like "Heal the World," "Make It a Better Place," and he had "We Are the World." And this song here is a reflection of that. He was talking about climate change before it was even climate change was popping. I mean, before the discussion was even the discussion. Now everybody and their mother talk about it. So that show you right there, Michael was ahead of the curve. Then you had the song "Money," which was a true reflection of the music industry within itself. When he talks about selling your soul to the devil, when he felt like that, when you sign those contracts, you basically not own. Because there's a lot of music that he wanted to put out, but he couldn't. And Sony was at the time was really pulling a lot of strings and holding him back. Money was one of the heaviest songs on the album. And there's another song on the album that was heavy too, and it goes over a lot of people's heads. When he was talking about DS, it's called Dom Selden. And those who don't know who Dom Selden is one of the main people that was set up the investigation to go against Michael in the first place. He was one of the main guys that wanted to destroy Michael Jackson. And you could tell with the lyrics in the beginning of the song, he was really reflecting on that when he said, "They want to get my ass dead or alive. You know he really tried to take me down by surprise." And he said, "I bet he messing with the CIA. He don't do half what he say." Then this was a diss track. Because he said, "You think he a brother with the KKK?" He said, "He just wants your vote to remain TEA." Yo, this was a diss track, actually. Man. But here's another one of my favorites, too, off the History album. There was also songs that were talking about how alone he felt. Like, you get to really see Michael bare his soul on Stranger in Moscow and Childhood. Those two songs right there is a testament of where Michael Jackson's life was heading and how he was really feeling, because he felt alone in the world, but despite all the fame, despite all the money, despite the fortune, and everybody called him the king of pop, he felt like a stranger. He felt like he had to put on a mask everywhere he went. In Childhood, it's like him wanting his childhood, but like he had the Peter Pan philosophy. He never really had a childhood, and he said, "Before you judge me, understand me." It's a heavy song. And Smile, he closed that off lovely, man. That's the perfect song to close this album out, because it's like, despite all what he's going through, he's gonna smile. Heavy song right there. And I remember that was the song that Jermaine Jackson sang at his funeral. Heavy song. But this album here is a masterpiece, man, because you get to see Michael's two worlds. You get to see the success, the fame, the fortune that he had, and you get to see where he's currently going. The true dark side of fame. So y'all need to check this album out, man. I know I had to get y'all with the title, but it's all good, yo. So this is King Eric signing out. Subscribe, hit the like button, holler.